Loren and I have been speaking for 5 years, and she said a lot of things.
Okay, she did,
A lot of nice
and I
about
know.
you, and a lot of bad things about you.
If you just let go of the past, just give me a chance, okay? And I'll prove to you, all right, that I can make you happy.
Watching Adnan pray over our son is beautiful to watch, but I'm still not convinced it's the right path for me.
It's a cute baby.
Oh, yay!
New beginnings sadly don't erase all of the problems of the past. Whether it's Elizabeth and Andrei, Matt and Jasmine, or Tigerlily and Adnan, they might all be facing new chapters, but that doesn't mean that all of their problems have just magically disappeared. So let's kick off proceedings with the group over in Florida as Yara is setting up for her launch party.
But to be honest, I feel so damn nervous because I never threw the launch party. And I'm not sure the place is gonna be like everything how I want it to be. This looks stupid.
Now, although Jovi was helping out, he was helping to hand out flyers for Yara's new puppy accessory business. He had to leave in order to go and collect his mum from the airport. So that has now left Yara nervous and alone preparing for her big event. But, luckily for her, her friend Loren arrives to lend a hand. That is, she's ready to help, if only Yara would let her actually do something.
The sign is flying up. There's dog beds and little doggy bag holders, and I'm trying to put things out, and she keeps moving it, and I'm just like, what can I help you with?
Now, amongst all the chaos, eventually they do manage to get everything organised. But, as it turns out, there was absolutely no need for them to rush. You see, at the time the event was supposed to start, no one but Alexei has actually arrived. But thankfully for Yara, people and their dogs do over time start trickling in. I mean, truthfully, it does start quite slowly, but it gets better. And before long, more familiar faces arrive too. Elizabeth and Andrei make a late fashionable entrance. But with them also arrives the drama.
Although this Miami trip is going to be fun, I am disappointed because before we arrived in Miami, I heard that Loren is saying different things about my husband.
I'm not exactly sure why Libby is shocked by this. I mean, Loren has literally been speaking bad about Andrei to her face. But for whatever reason, she now feels aggrieved by it. It's come as some kind of surprise to her. So she vows that she is going to confront Loren about it. You know, confront her right here, right now, today at Yara's big launch party. The launch party that, for the time being at least, is coming together exactly as Yara had hoped.
Yay! You're so excited!
That's a good doggy.
Oh, I'm sure a simple conversation between Loren and Elizabeth couldn't possibly ruin Yara's night, could it? They're both grown adults. They're more than capable of talking calmly, aren't they? Yeah, right. This is a disaster waiting to happen, and we all know it. Like, it's bad enough just the two ladies, but we all know it's even worse if the husbands get involved too. Yeah, that's a little bit of gentle foreshadowing right there. Now, talking about husbands, it's at this point that Jovi finally makes an appearance at his wife's event.
Hey, party's here! Everybody stop what you're doing.
Hello. This guy does love entrances and exits, huh?
Jovi arrives so late that many of the guests are already leaving. And while Yara is certainly happy that her mother-in-law Gwen has arrived, she wanted her there, it would have been even better if she and Jovi had come a little bit earlier. Now, as for Libby, well, she's just glad that she isn't in Moldova. And while she and Andrei have agreed to put that whole disaster behind them and start afresh, they do still have some lingering things to take care of. Like, for example, confronting Loren for talking about them behind their backs.
I recently spoke with Yara, and she shared with me that when they went on their double date, Alex and Loren went behind my back and said all these mean things about my husband.
Honestly, if it is Yara that's responsible for that, if it is Yara in Elizabeth's ear telling her that Loren's talking about her, then she's got no one to blame but herself when things blow up at her party. Now, the thing is, from Libby's perspective, she's understandably annoyed that someone she classes as a genuine friend, someone that she often confides in about her husband, has been gossiping about her husband and her marriage behind her back. So, fueled by this, she wastes no time at all confronting Loren about it. Like, as soon as they have some time alone, Elizabeth gets straight down to business.
Do you think that my husband's a horrible person?
That's
a really mean word
I don't
to
think
say.
I ever said that.
I would never say that about Alex.
Loren feels ambushed. She can't believe that Libby would come out of seemingly nowhere asking her about this. Now, despite denying that she ever said that, she does admit that she feels some of the things Andrei does are horrible. Like, I don't like the way he speaks to you, for example, she says.
He's very aggressive, and in that sense, it's horrible. It sucks. The situation, not him. I don't think I used those words, and if I did, I'm sorry.
Loren maintains that yes, she did call Andrei a dick, but she never said that he was a horrible person. But the problem is Elizabeth isn't buying it. Like, you've confided in me, you've told me plenty of horrible things that Alexei says and does to you, but I've never once told a soul about it. I've never spoken badly about him or you behind your backs, she says.
Like, I don't
Anything
think
that Alex has ever put you through, I would never, in front of somebody, be like, oh, he sucks.
I truly don't think those
Because
words
I would
matter
never
now.
say those things.
Look, here's the thing, right? Here's what Elizabeth is annoyed about. As someone that she trusted, as someone that she considered to be a good friend, she feels that Loren, if she had something that she needed to say, should have spoken to her privately about it and not gone blabbing about it to others, gossiping to others about it behind her back. Now, unfortunately, nothing actually gets resolved here, so both of the ladies go back to their respective husbands. But after hearing what's happened, Alexei makes his way over to Andrei and Elizabeth to explain everything from his perspective.
At that house party at my house, you acted like a dick. You did. Here, I can tell you that face to face. And we moved on from that. Yeah. We have no problem between ourselves now, as far as I'm concerned.
Alexei might not have a problem, but Andrei and Libby do. They don't like the fact that Alexei and Loren have been speaking behind their backs, and Libby in particular doesn't like the fact that Loren, her friend, has been the one doing it. Like, I get it, the person she's been confiding in is also, it turns out, the person that's been gossiping about her. It's not exactly a nice feeling, is it? So she tells Alex, I could do exactly what you've been doing if I wanted to. There's a lot of things about you that I could say if I want to.
Loren and I have been speaking for 5 years, and she said a lot of things.
Okay,
A
she
lot
did.
of nice
And I
about
know.
you and a lot of bad things about you.
Uh-oh, Loren might be in trouble here. It's hardly the smartest move on her behalf to be gossiping about someone who also happens to have a lot of ammo about her and her husband if needed. Now, Alexei seems pretty sure that his wife wouldn't ever say something that could hurt him. But that quickly changes as soon as Elizabeth starts talking.
You talk about weight and how you body shame her. You would never even think to say those things. Ever.
Wow, this argument is the kind of argument that might not only ruin Loren and Elizabeth's friendship, it might also have very serious consequences for Loren and Alexei's marriage. It's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. But for now, let's move on to Jasmine and Matt. So, as we all know, Jasmine's marriage to Gino is at this point well and truly over. But Matt is keen to try and take advantage of that. He wants to now swoop in and claim Jasmine as his own. So what better way to try and woo her than take her away on a romantic trip? But the problem is, Jasmine isn't on the same wavelength.
I don't know what kind of fairy tale Matt has imagined in his head, but whatever. What am I gonna do here in Michigan? I'm miserable either way. Okay, I don't give a I will go to this trip.
Jasmine says that their relationship isn't really the kind of relationship where they go away on romantic couple getaways. Presumably she prefers just to stay in bed with him. But seeing as he's gone to all this effort, seeing as he's planned it all out, I might as well embrace it, she says. And planned it out, the guy certainly has. I mean, he's even arranged a horse and carriage ride for them at the start of their trip. Like, he's clearly gone to a lot of effort. It's clear that Matt wants there to be more romance between them. But, of course, it really doesn't take long before Jasmine ruins that mood by talking about her ex.
It is so close from my old house, Gino's house.
Yeah, it's not that far from our area.
It's very close.
Yeah.
I wonder why he never took me here.
Even in the most romantic moments with Matt, even as the guy is desperately trying to woo her, Jasmine just can't stop talking about Gino. Like, whatever he does, Matt just can't win. Jasmine, with her logic, says that because Gino never took her here, it's yet more proof that Gino never really cared about her. And it's sad that she seems to be equating gifts or trips to love. And she's also conveniently overlooking all the significantly more expensive trips that Gino took her on. Still, despite this, despite convincing herself that Gino never really cared for her, acknowledging that they have now come to the end of their marriage does still hurt her.
Like, I feel so abandoned.
You gotta let go and continue on with your life.
But that continue with your life, I don't know what that is, Matt.
Well, first, enjoy the moment, Matt says. Enjoy this carriage ride that I've gone to all the effort to prepare for you. Well, he doesn't actually say that, but he must be thinking it. Like, this is clearly a code for, can we please just stop talking about Gino for once? But there's also something else you can do. In fact, heck, let me do it for you, he says, as he begins to take off her wedding and engagement rings. Step number 2, he says, is for you to let go of the past.
If you just let go of the past, just give me a chance, okay? And I'll prove to you, all right? That I can make you happy.
Jasmine says that she doesn't know how to do that. She doesn't know how to let go while she's still mourning her love for Gino. Like, even though she does get along great with Matt, and even though, get this, right, this is crazy, even though she has now lived longer with Matt than she ever lived with Gino, her emotions are still all over the place. So that being the case, we leave a clearly confused Jasmine and we catch up with Adnan and Tigerlily. Having left them in the last episode just as Tigerlily was due to go in and give birth, we join them in this episode after the birth of their baby boy, Zeyn.
The surgery was good. Adnan was watching. He was like looking over the curtain and seeing like everything.
For a guy who was almost sick, who couldn't stomach seeing or talking about placenta, learning that Adnan was able to stand there and watch the whole surgery is pretty impressive. Like, from the sounds of things, it's actually had a massive impact on him. He says he can now fully understand what it is women have to go through during childbirth.
Make me appreciate Tigerlily and love her more. All my issues, even what issues I had with Tigerlily before, I forget them. What I see now.
Yeah, it's only taken massive surgery for Adnan to finally appreciate his wife. Now, he says that birth has changed him. He doesn't even care about all the issues they had in the past. But, somehow, I doubt that will last. Something tells me within a week or two, less probably, he'll be back to his own ways. But, for now at least, when Zeyn gets brought into the room, it's abundantly clear just how much both parents absolutely adore him.
I just want to bring in his ears.
You want to hold him?
Yeah.
All right.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Apparently, praying in a newborn baby's ears is a tradition. It's a tradition that Adnan intends to adhere to immediately. Like, it's literally the first thing he does. He holds his baby boy close and he asks God to protect him. And watching this, it kind of melts Tigerlily's heart. She's touched by what she sees, but don't get it twisted, she might be touched, but that doesn't mean that she suddenly now wants to convert. She doesn't.
Watching Adnan pray over our son is beautiful to watch, but I'm still not convinced it's the right path for me. It's a cute baby.
Oh, yay.
So while Adnan might not be thinking about the issues that he's had with Tigerlily over the last couple of days, clearly for Tigerlily, they are still at the forefront of her thoughts. Now, for the time being at least, the pressure is off. Adnan is focused on other things, like learning to change a diaper. He says he wants to be a good hands-on father, and right now, he has everything that he needs.
We have the most important things. Zeyn 11.
My love.
For right now, they are in a happy, sweet bubble. But how long can that last? How long before that bubble inevitably bursts? Like, keep in mind, this is a guy who pressured his wife to convert right up until minutes before she gave birth. Like, how long do we expect a guy like that to allow his wife to recover before he starts piling on the pressure again? Like, it's genuinely sad to say this, but Tigerlily, enjoy this while you can. You just know that this is the peak of their happiness. It is all gonna go downhill from here.